Hey guys, I'm out camping and I'm at Damn Crazy. Phil Demiano's from Phil's Camping Reviews has just shown up. There's his camper trailer, or his car over there with his Bundy top. What is it, Phil?
Bundy Tech Bundy top.
Bundy Tech Bundy top. He's not actually going to sleep in this time.
No.
He's going to try something different. He's going, I'll see if I can find some old photos of Phil. He might give them to me. He used to be an avid bushwalker. And what do you call it? It's like, is it survival camping or?
I used to do what's called ultra lightweight bushwalking.
Ultra lightweight bushwalking.
And this is the setup I used to sleep in.
Yeah.
So, and this is the setup that I used to use in the winter time down at the Canberra in the Blue Mountains. So down to -7 and I'm toasty as.
So he's got a hammock here?
Yeah.
It's just a hammock, is it? Like but it's a special bush.
It's a special hammock. You can't buy these in Australia. They're from America. And when you lay in it, you actually lay on it. You have a look here. See how there's more material on this side? And up here there's more material this side here. So your head goes there and you lay diagonally across it. When you lay diagonally across it, it's flat, so you haven't got that hoop, and it's very, very comfortable. Cannot tell you, unless you tried it, how comfortable this is to lay in. It's absolutely awesome.
So, Phil, what's this contraption you got up here, mate?
Yeah, that's what it's called a whoopee sling. So I use this to adjust the length and the tension on the hammock. I can see it's too loose. To see this rope here, that needs to be just slightly taut. But with the whoopee sling, you can see here, you guys are into yachting and stuff like that will know all about it. See how you can adjust it like so with a whoopee sling. And yes, this will support my weight. This is very strong rope from the States.
And this rope up here, this is for a fly, is it, to go over the top?
Yeah, that's for the tarp.
Okay, so it has like a...
So there's a tarp that goes over the top so when it rains I don't get wet.
You'll see it when we're finished, but it'll have like a... It'll look like a tent basically, but you'll have a bed inside.
It's like an A-frame tent, but it's just floating in the air. Pretty easy.
So what do you put...
Needs adjusting, it's still a bit loose.
Do you put doonas or that in there?
We use quilts, under quilts. Underneath here, I've got a quilt, and that goes underneath. The strap's underneath here, the hook's on the loop, and it's down, so it hugs up underneath you, so when you're laying on it's not being compressed. And that's where you get the heat from.
We'll show you what it looks like when it's all finished.
Yeah, so I'm going to get some pegs out and just peg this out.
Oh, so what, you can sit your phone and...
So phones and, you know, whatever you want to sit in there, torch.
Oh yeah, little. So you got a little tiny shelf here.
Yeah.
And you can sit your phones up there, and if you had a little portable power pack or something,
yeah,
you could sit that up there.
And it's midgie proof. But this midgie proof, surprisingly you'd be amazed how much warmth it's actually entrapped inside here with this midgie proof. So it gets really toasty.
I tell you what,
so yeah,
I've known Phil for a few years now, and he would have to be one of the most interesting blokes. He's got so many different stories, and you've done so many things, Phil.
Yeah.
Get on and check out his channel, Phil's Camping Reviews. I'll put his logo up on the screen there, because he has some fantastic ideas he comes up with. As you know, he's done my electrical system in my FJ, and it's been going fantastic. I've still got to do the video on that, but I'm waiting actually for the 12-month review to come around, so that's the only reason I haven't done it. Phil and I put a quick video up when we did it back in November last year.
So you haven't filmed that video yet?
I haven't filmed it yet. I started to do it. I actually had some footage recorded a couple of months back, and I actually lost the footage.
Oh, really?
So I've got to do it all again, but I thought I'll leave it till it gets closer to the end of the year and do an honest and 12-month review, but I haven't had to phone you.
You want to get it.
Yeah, but I haven't had to phone you up with anything, have I?
No, No, he's never had to call me, so he's obviously hadn't had any problems.
Yeah, there's some good photos of Phil really decked out with all his gear,
Yeah.
and he probably has everything that most people would carry.
I've still got them all at home.
Yeah, they would probably carry around in a caravan or a camper van, wouldn't you?
My backpacks, my heaviest backpack is 600 grams, and it's totally fully waterproof, strong material.
And you'd carry around a stove and everything in like that?
Yeah,
and,
I had a little stove.
Water bottles?
Yeah, water bottles, I just had them on the side. So whenever, sometimes I'd carry up to 2-3 litres of water, depending where I am. But I only ever bushwalk, I only did that during winter. Because during winter, you don't need to drink as much water. Water filters, so I replenish the water whenever I get to the creek and so on. So, yeah.
And you did a lot of the areas around here and coastal?
Yeah, I bushwalked all around here.
Yeah.
I know some caves around here, that the hidden caves that I bushwalked through here. And up the top of Mount Walsh, I had this set up there, and I camped overnight there. And the sunrise, the sunsets, the golden light, absolutely beautiful. It's stunning. I sent you some photos from the top of Mount Walsh.
Yeah, I might
Some of those photos at Mount Walsh.
Well, I'll get you to show me which ones they are, and I'll put them up on the screen so everyone can have a look. But we'll let you finish setting up.
Yeah.
And we'll come back and have a look, and we'll finish up, eh?
Yeah, sweet.
Cheers, everyone.
Very good.
Okay, we're back with Phil. He's just about to do some more setting up of his little hammock setup here, and he's got all his gear out. So what do you got here, Phil?
This is the underquilt. Remember I told you before? Feel the weight of that.
That is light. So, yeah.
So it's goose down.
Goose down.
Very, very warm. Very warm. It's the best you can get. Here in Australia, it's very expensive. Very expensive, but this comes from America. This is the top quilt. Feel how...
Slightly heavier, but not overly heavy, is it?
That's the top quilt, and that's goose down as well. And this is from a company, I cannot remember the company of this. This is from a company called Wall Bonnet. So if you go on the website, Wall Bonnet, the hammock is called Wall Bonnet Blackbird. So it's the original. It's a lightweight with the double layer. So what I mean by double layer, if you have a look here, see it's got 2 layers in here. See there?
Oh, yeah.
So you can put a mat in there. So if you've got a full mat, you can slide in between there. I never did that because it's more bulky, it's heavier. So I used the underquilt. That's what I'm going to use now.
So what's the minus temperature that you can use this with, Bill?
That one's -7.
Is it? Oh, okay. So more like a sleeping bag.
Yeah. I've got another one at home that's about -15.
Is it?
Yeah, I didn't want to bring that one. This is about -15. It's hard to believe, eh? But that's about a -15 because it's goose down. So you can see it's short, so it's only just enough to my torso. And then under my feet, I left it in the car, those real thin blue exercise mats that are about that thin. That's all you do. You put it up here on the leg area. Okay, see how it's shaped? So your feet goes in there and you lay it underneath there. So now the head end is up this way. So now this has got a head end and it's got a feet end. The head end is always the logo Wall Bonnet Outdoors. So it's contoured to fit properly underneath here. So there's got to be no air gaps. If there's any air gaps, you'll freeze, and it could be very dangerous. So now this basically hooks over here like so, where it's bunched on the end. And then I just come up here and make sure that it's underneath all that, and it's all elastic. And then I just pull this elastic and it hooks up over here on there. So now that's it. So now when I lay in here, and I can adjust it. So I can reach my hand out and I can pull it along. And that's about the spot where I want it. So when you get in, you spread it out like so. You look on this side. See how that just curves up? So when you lay in it, now that will hug your body. And that, within 5 minutes, will feel like a sauna, particularly in this weather. Here,
So what's that you got there, Phil?
Yeah, this is the top quilt.
Okay, that was the first one I picked up really light.
Yeah, and that's, yeah, that just sits in here.
Looks like a cocoon, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. So what's the temperature rating on that?
-7.
-7.
And it's a true -7.
Yeah.
So that goes in there like so. I just put that off to the side here. And then when I go in, I just put my foot in there, and then that just lays over the top of me. So that's it, that's all set up to go. And they were brilliant. See, it's got a carabiner hook here.
Yep.
And it's got these special knots here where you can adjust. So you can adjust, everything's adjustable. So it's all, if you're a yachty, you'll know all these, everything you see here, you'll recognise all of this if you're a yachty. So normally I can do this without any of this stuff touching the ground. So sometimes you'll get to some camp and it's just all mud. So you don't want anything to get wet. Particularly very critical. These goose down, if they get wet, they don't work.
I just thought I'd stand back and show you his little setup here. He's got the fly over the top now. As you can see, it looks really neat, doesn't it? And there's a little bit of a wind blowing here too, but he showed me how he's tied it all down, and I'll just go through it. Like, he's put these little pegs in the ground here. Now these things here just clip off at night and he can step inside the tent. And he's got 4 of those. I just got to get that back on there for him. But you can see it encloses the end, and it's really low to the ground, and stops all the wind, rain, everything blowing in through the end there. And he said he's been in some pretty horrific storms and things like that using this, and it's kept him really dry and warm. And he's got these little ropes here, and he was also telling me he's got some parts in the middle here where he normally puts some ropes on, and he normally puts some sticks to pull the middle out a little bit. So it looks pretty good, Phil.
Yeah, no, it's not too bad, is it? Now
Yeah.
I can tie this back here, and that's the entrance way.
So he's just tied that back. So that's his front door there. So have a look in there. We'll just go in there and we'll show you what he would do at night. So he'd walk in here, lift up his fly, and jump in bed. He's got his quilt there, and then he can come out when he has to.
Yeah.
So I think he's pretty excited to test this out, because you said you've had a little bit of a sore back and you reckon this is pretty chiropractic.
These are really good if you've got a sore back, surprisingly. I know in the morning, as long as I set it up right, I'll get up and I feel, oh, great. It's not uncommon that after a big day's walk, 25 k's with a lot of uphill walking, and I'd be absolutely buggered, my legs are sore, I'd set this up and I lay in there, and could be as 14, 15 hours at times I've spent just laying in there, so comfortable, only just to get up to go for a wee or something, or have some lunch, dinner, and then get back in. And the next morning I get up just feeling so refreshed, like I haven't even walked.
And I think,
Steve will probably continue the video off in the morning.
yeah, we'll come back in the morning and we'll see how you went, eh?
I'll let you know how
If we hear any yelling and screaming,
Hopefully.
if I hear the motors winding up on the Bundy top tonight, because it only takes, what, 30 seconds for that to
20
set up?
seconds, I
20
press the
seconds. Have you got all your bedding in there?
Yeah, it is in there. It's always in there.
So-
but unfortunately, the mattress feels
So,
like
so
a
if I get up in the
plank.
morning and I see the top up on this, I know he's had a bad night's sleep.
So,
He's got a plan B.
yeah,
Well, we'll see you in the morning.
we'll find out in the morning.
Yeah,
Like I
so,
said, the only thing is this is not set up ideally.
yeah. Yeah, so it's been a lot of years since Phil set this up,
Yeah.
and it's probably not ideal how he wants it,
No.
but we'll see how we go, and we'll show you what it's like in the morning. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in a minute with the results, eh? Cheers, everyone. Okay everyone, it's the next morning and look behind me. As you can see, the Bundy Top by Bundy Tech.
It's still down.
It's still down, so he must have had a great night's sleep in here. We'll ask him in a second, but we didn't hear him fall down on the ground. None of the ropes broke. He was actually messaged me there last night about an hour after we went to bed and said felt like he was floating on clouds. He was having a great night's sleep, and as you can see, like I said, his rooftop tent is still down. He's getting ready to shoot a couple of videos. So, how was your sleep last night, Phil?
Oh, it was beautiful.
So you had a good night's sleep?
Oh yeah.
So is it worth, you reckon you'll take it with you a bit more now, this hammock?
I think I will. I'm going to take it with me more often now, because of the comfort. Yeah, no, it's awesome. The only thing though is I woke up at first light this morning because it's pretty bright under there. Whereas in my Bundy Tech, even if it was 7 or 8 this morning, I wouldn't have known what time it is because it's still dark up there. So it's a lot heavier canvas. Whereas this one has got lightweight, your nylon there. So yeah, lets in a lot more light. And Steve will show you, have a look here guys. You can see what I mean by bunched. When I say bunched, and see it's all gathered here and it's tied off. And that's there. And you can see the rope there. Whoopee sling, again for those of you, close up look at the whoopee sling. Those who are into yachting will know exactly what I'm talking about here. And here's some other type of, I just use a stick. And it's just supported. So basically guys, that stick is supporting my whole weight. And I could grab that and just go twing like that. But it's just the way the knot is and the way this is hooked on there. So yeah, and again you'll see the whoopee slings like attachments here. Nice wide. So these do not cause any ring bark whatsoever. Most of the weight's on this. Not a lot of weight on that because that's only just supporting the fly.
Yeah, and I noticed this morning you've got something else out here, Phil.
Yeah, last night before I went to bed to give me a bit more room over there because the wind's blowing this way. And this is what I used to do. I used to just grab sticks and I usually have extra rope with me and just tie off like so. So normally if you have it separate, if I have one here, I'll have one there, it'll get rid of this bow you see in here. So it's more, pushes out there. These could probably be a little bit tighter. That one there could probably be further out on an angle and that will strengthen it crosswise here and it'll still, but even though if you look inside there's still plenty of room guys. You see inside there, Steve will show you, hang on, you can see me. Hello! Here I am. This will give you an idea just what size it is. And you can see it's giving an idea on the shape there. You can see the shelf there. This is the foot end right over here. So you can see there's extra material in that way. And it's got a midgie-proof fly screen over the top. So.
And was it nice and warm?
Yeah, it was very toasty and warm. When I first got in, I had a really cold back. I thought usually after 5 minutes it's warm, but it didn't get warm. So I reached my hand under and my underquilt was off to the side. So I just pulled it up on one side and then it snugged up behind me and it was really toasty. Can you see the underquilt?
Yeah, I was just showing it there.
You went underneath?
Yeah, so you can see it up under there.
There, see that? See how it just hugs to your body, conforms to your body. So it's specially cut to fit that hammock. So they have to be cut to fit the specific hammock that you've got. So that underquilt comes from War Bonnet, which is the manufacturers of the hammock. And they also manufacture this fly as well. So
And I did have one other question. I noticed yesterday when you were putting it up, the pegs. You don't normally carry steel ones?
No, because I was a lightweight, ultra lightweight hiker, bushwalker. I carried titanium pegs, and I carried titanium pots and pans. Sometimes I had a little stove, like a hexa, uses those S.A.W hexa tablets we used to be able to buy, and I still got quite a few of them at home. And my stove weighed 2.5, 3 grams that I used to use with that. I kid you not, but most of the time the stove I carried with me is no more than about 40, 50 grams. And in fact, at one stage I was making my own stoves out of Coke cans.
I think if you look back at your early videos, I'm pretty sure Phil has got a video about his little stove.
There is, guys. If you go back about 7 years ago, there is a video on there showing you my little stove, little backpacking stove set up where I'm baking cakes and so on with that. So, and they're mostly titanium, lightweight alloy type things. So yeah, so very lightweight, and yeah.
Oh well.
Brings back memories.
Yeah, no, it's been
This
good,
is
Phil.
good.
So
Yeah.
thanks very much for
That's
showing us
all right.
around.
Yeah.
And if you got any questions or comments or anything like that, leave them down below, and I'm sure Phil will have a look, and he might be able to answer them for you.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to answer any questions. If you got anything technical you want to know about these here, anything you've seen here, just shoot a comment down below. Steve will get in contact with me if I miss it, and I can post on there and help answer any questions. So if you need any advice, guys, with any of these backpacking gear.
Absolutely fantastic. It's been great.
No worries.
Showing everyone around, mate.
Yep.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So you might have heard the kookaburras there. They're telling us to get off.
Yeah, I had a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're laughing at us or... Here we are, they're just coming over now.
Yeah, they're all coming over.
Yeah, it
to
is.
say
It's
hello.
two. It's just come over. A kookaburra.
So-
Hello.
So stay safe, look after each other, enjoy your camping, and we'll see you on the next one, eh?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.